Hi, this is Matt Yatter with Sherlock Home Inspections. Phone number is 971-212-7481. Website address is yourinspectionneeds.com. Today's date is Friday, March 13th, 2026. The address we're inspecting today is 6718 Southeast 86th Avenue, Portland, Oregon, 97266. We are about to perform a video inspection of the property's main sewer line through the side yard exterior cleanout. The equipment being used today is the Ridgid Sea Snake. This is one of the best sewer cameras in the market today. Before we begin this video inspection, it should be noted that some H sewer pipes made out of clay, concrete, cast iron, asbestos, and Orangeburg may be in good working order and may never have had a clogged or sewer backup before. However, due to real estate transactions, attorneys and lawsuits, Sherlock Home Inspection must recommend the following to meet the current codes. All sewer pipes should be watertight, made of cast iron ABS, 3034 or HDPE pipe with all appropriate fittings and couplers. All sewer pipes should be free from breaks, offsets, separations, tree roots, bellies, and party sewers. Sherlock Home Inspections recommends placing any sewer pipe that does not meet these specifications. Here we go. We are in a 3-inch ABS plastic drain pipe. We are running some water. We're running some water from the kitchen sink to ensure that our pipe is watertight and is going to remain watertight throughout this inspection. Pipe shows no recent signs of blockage, buildup, or backup. And it looks like the direction of the sewer line will run straight ahead to right up the driveway to the street in front of the house. All of the joints, junctions in the pipe, at least that we've seen so far, appear to be glued and watertight. We're going to transition, so at about 8 feet in the driveway there's kind of a little bit of a rough transition, so we're diving straight down in the ground. You can see it looks like they're using a flexible fitting, like a rubber Fernco fitting, and it's offset in a little bit of a manner that causes a little bit of standing water there. So maybe not the cleanest or the smoothest transition. So it kind of grabs the camera head, it slows down some water for just a second, and then once we get up over the top of it, kind of a non-issue. But you can see maybe even some toilet paper catches on there. So kind of a rough connection, and we don't really like these flexible fittings because they can be one way for 5 years, and then with the amount of weight on the pipe and the amount of rain that happens in the northwest, they can shift and go the other way, and they're just kind of bouncing around in the moist northwest soil all day long every day. Pretty minor, all things considered. Doesn't appear to be causing any issues for the home at this point, but a little bit of rough connection. And just slows down the water just a touch. We transition there, and that signifies a few things. It signifies transitioning pipe size. So 3-inch pipe transition to 4-inch pipe signifies transitioning pipe materials. ABS plastic transitioned into PVC plastic, and then lastly we transitioned into a branch off the city lateral piping. We're approaching 40 feet down the driveway now. As we get to the sidewalk, this is typically where we're going to start diving straight down into the ground again. There's a little bit of a bulge in the bottom of the pipe there. Looks like they maybe laid the sewer pipe on top of a rock or some chunk of concrete or something. It hasn't compromised the pipe, but a little bit of a bulge there. And again, that is pretty much a non-issue, but a little bit of a bulge. There's another one. We're approaching 70 feet or 75 feet now. Another little bit of a rough connection there. You can see they put the two sections of pipe together. And again, it doesn't appear to be causing any issues, similar to the early one, but it's just a little bit rough. Not as smooth as we'd like to see in a perfect world. and then we're going to drop down into the public sewer at 81 feet. So this is the end, officially a buyer-owner responsibility, 80 feet away from the house. This is the large public sewer running through the middle of the road out there. This is the pipe that the homes in the neighborhood, or at least the homes on the street, are tying into. I'm going to turn off the water, drain everything out of the pipe, look at the pipe one more time in reverse. Okay, I'm going to start pulling back now. There's still a little bit of residual water making its way through, but we will definitely get to see it decently for a second pass. Here's that little bit of a rough connection. Again, I mean, if you're looking at, take a snapshot of the property currently today, right now, it's not causing any issues. It is a little bit of rough connection. You know, as a precaution, you could take the video and the report and pass it on to your favorite drain repair specialist and see if he'll give his opinion. Is this something that we just keep an eye on, or is this something that we should straighten out? But it's very, very minor at this point. It's not causing any issues. But again, maybe passing the report or the video on to a drain repair specialist to see if he'll put it on a monitoring schedule, having a sewer scope every 2 or 3 years, keeping an eye on things, or if he thinks it should be straightened out now. And I'm assuming the one that we saw early on in the line is going to be very similar, with the exception of those 2 points, those 2 little spots. The sewer pipe looks to be in great condition, passes inspection, all clean, but just a couple of areas. There's that bulge. Again, it hasn't compromised the pipe. There's no hole in the pipe or anything like that. There's the other one. But really, the sewer pipe appears to be doing what we need it to do. It is draining the stuff that we want to drain out to the street and not really messing around. So you can see it has a tendency for a little bit of buildup to happen. There's a maintenance that can happen, and it's called professional pipe jetting. Well, they'll put some pressurized water and just kind of blow it all out. You know, again, it probably is wise to have a sewer scope every 2 or 3 years, keeping an eye on things, and then just go into this knowing that, you know, that professional pipe jetting where we blow all the debris out might be a good idea every 10 years or so.
Is that just mineral buildup in the water?
It's both waste and breakdown and minerals. All right, here we are coming on the first one. There it is again. Yeah, so this one's got a little bit of toilet paper, and that would be the concern. You know, you're nowhere near any shape, fashion, or form of blocking or backing up into the house at this point, not even close. But the concern would be that, you know, it just continues to build up there. Camera head catches a little bit going up over the top of it, but just, again, really not causing any problems. But again, I think before closing, just to pass the video on to a drain repair specialist to see what he thinks about those 2 spots, if they should be straightened out now or just keep an eye on things. But again, overall, the sewer pipe appears to be a working and functioning sewer pipe.